Lisa Thompson, a primary school teacher in Perth, had known a quiet solitude for 3 years since her divorce. Her days were filled with the bright, innocent laughter of children, but her evenings often echoed with an emptiness she desperately wished to fill. Her friends, especially Claire, had gently urged her to try online dating. Lisa, a private person, found the idea daunting, but the ache of loneliness was growing louder than her reservations. One Saturday, after a particularly quiet week, she finally gave in. With a mix of trepidation and a tiny spark of hope, she downloaded Tinder, created a simple profile, and began to swipe. Then she matched with James. His profile picture showed a handsome man in his early 50s, with distinguished salt and pepper hair and kind, open eyes. He was a civil engineer, currently working on a project in Singapore, hoping to meet someone special when he returned to Australia. He seemed stable, mature, and his overseas work, paradoxically, made him seem more real, less like someone just looking for a quick fling. His first message was polite, direct. "Hi Lisa, your smile caught my attention. Would love to chat if you're interested." Lisa felt a flicker of interest, a warmth she hadn't felt in years, and typed back a reply. They talked for hours that first night. James was effortlessly charming, thoughtful, and genuinely interested in her life. He spoke of his engineering projects, his longing for a stable home life, and listened intently as Lisa shared details about her children and her work. There were no red flags, just a comfortable, engaging conversation. The next morning, a voice note from James arrived. "Good morning, Lisa. I hope you slept well. I was thinking about our conversation last night. You seem like someone really special." His voice was warm, with a clear, comforting Australian accent. Lisa listened to it twice, a blush creeping up her cheeks, and sent a softer voice note back. Just like that, a routine began. They started talking every single day, their messages weaving into the fabric of her life, a new, comforting thread. Weeks melted into a blur of constant communication. Morning voice notes became her alarm clock. Evening video calls her wind-down ritual. James became an integral part of her day, a constant, reassuring presence. He shared more about his work, the complexities of his project in Singapore, and how lonely it was being away from Australia, especially now that he had found someone he felt such a connection with. He listened with empathy as she opened up about her divorce, the lingering pain, the feeling of failure. "You deserve someone who appreciates you, Lisa," he told her, his voice gentle. "Someone who sees how incredible you are, how much you have to offer." Lisa felt something she hadn't felt in years. Hope. A fragile, beautiful hope that began to bloom in the quiet corners of her heart, chasing away the shadows of loneliness. They exchanged photos, James at construction sites, looking professional. Lisa in her vibrant garden, a source of peace. They talked about the future, painting vivid pictures of what their life together could be. "When I'm back in Perth, I'd love to take you to dinner," James said, his voice full of anticipation. "Somewhere special. Just the two of us." Lisa was falling fast. The feeling was exhilarating, terrifying, and utterly intoxicating. Her friends noticed the change. "You're glowing, Lisa," Claire commented, her eyes twinkling. Lisa would blush, a youthful flush she hadn't seen in years. "His name is James, but haven't met yet. He's working overseas, but I really like him." She felt a giddy lightness, a sense of possibility she thought had long passed her by. Then came the words that solidified her belief, delivered during a video call. His face on her screen, those kind eyes looking directly into hers, filled with an emotion that seemed so real, so profound. "Lisa, I know this is fast, but I have to tell you, I'm falling in love with you." Lisa's eyes widened. Her breath caught in her throat. Her heart raced, a frantic drumbeat against her ribs. Tears welled up, tears of pure, unadulterated joy. "I feel the same way," she whispered, the words barely audible, yet filled with the weight of years of unspoken longing. They talked for hours that night, planning their first date, imagining their future together. Everything felt perfect, too perfect. A tiny, almost imperceptible tremor of unease, a whisper of doubt, tried to surface, but Lisa, awash in the glow of new love, pushed it down. She wanted to believe. She needed to believe. A few days later, the phone rang, startling Lisa from her afternoon grading. It was James. His voice, usually so steady and reassuring, was shaking, laced with an unfamiliar tremor of upset. "Lisa, I need to tell you something, and I'm so embarrassed." Lisa's heart immediately clenched. "What's wrong, James? Are you okay?" He sighed, a sound heavy with distress. "There's been a problem with the project here. The client hasn't paid our company yet, and I'm stuck in Singapore. My credit cards aren't working internationally. I can't access my Australian accounts from here. Lisa felt her stomach drop, a cold knot forming in her gut. The warmth of the past weeks began to recede, replaced by a creeping chill. I need to fly home this week, he continued, his voice cracking slightly, but I can't book the flight. I don't have access to funds right now. It's just temporary. The payment will come through next week, I promise. Silence stretched between them, thick with unspoken questions. James, what are you asking? She finally managed, her voice barely a whisper. He sighed again, a sound designed to elicit sympathy. I hate to do this, Lisa. I really do. But could you lend me $5,000? Just for the flight and hotel until I get home. I'll pay you back the moment I land. I promise. $5,000. The number echoed in Lisa's mind, a stark contrast to the romantic dreams they had woven. That was a lot of money. Her mind, usually so clear, was a whirlwind of conflicting thoughts. James, I don't know, she began, hesitation heavy in her tone. He cut her off, his voice suddenly sounding defeated. I understand. This is so awkward. Forget I asked. I'll figure something out. The subtle manipulation was expertly played. He wasn't demanding. He was retreating, making her feel guilty for her hesitation. No, wait, Lisa quickly interjected. The thought of him struggling alone, of losing him, unbearable. Let me think about it. That night, Lisa couldn't sleep. The bed felt cold, empty. Was this real? Was James really in trouble? A victim of circumstance? Or was this a scam? The word, once a distant warning, now loomed large in her mind. She reached for her phone, her fingers trembling slightly, and typed into the search bar, dating app scams. Warning after warning flooded her screen. Never send money to someone you haven't met. Romance scammers build trust over weeks, then ask for money. If they're stuck overseas and need funds, it's a scam. Every single article, every single forum post screamed the same message. But James felt real. His voice, his photos, the video calls, even if they were brief and sometimes pixelated. He wasn't asking for millions, just 5,000. Alon, a temporary help for the man she loved. She called her best friend, Claire. The next morning, her voice tight with anxiety. Don't do it, Lisa, Claire said immediately, her tone firm, unwavering. Lisa, you've never met this man. You don't know him, but he's stuck, Claire. He needs help. He's so upset. Lisa's voice was desperate, pleading. That's what they all say, honey. These scammers are professionals. They know exactly what to say, how to make you feel. They prey on good people like you. Claire's words were a cold splash of reality, but Lisa, clinging to the hope, felt a surge of defensiveness. She wanted to believe in James, in their connection. She lay in bed that night, staring at the ceiling, the warnings from Claire and the internet battling with the image of James's sad, defeated face. Her phone buzzed, a voice note from James. She hesitated, then played it. Lisa, I'm so sorry I put you in this position. Please forget I asked. You've already given me so much just by being in my life. I'll find another way. His voice sounded broken, truly defeated. It was the final, devastating blow to her resolve. He wasn't pressuring her. He was letting her off the hook, making her feel even worse. He was suffering, and she, who loved him, could help. The thought of him alone, struggling, was unbearable. He had given her hope, made her feel special. This was her chance to reciprocate. With a heavy heart, a mix of fear, and a desperate surge of conviction, Lisa made a decision. She opened her banking app. Her fingers hovered over the transfer button, a moment of profound hesitation. Then she pressed it. $5,000 transferred. James received the money at 9:47 p.m. on a Thursday. His message came through almost instantly. Lisa, I can't thank you enough. You're my angel. I'm booking the flight right now. I'll be home Saturday, and I'm taking you to the nicest restaurant in Perth. I promise. Lisa read the message, a wave of relief washing over her. She had done the right thing. She had helped someone she cared about, someone she loved. A fragile smile played on her lips, a flicker of hope returning to her eyes. Friday morning, she woke up with a lightness she hadn't felt in days, anticipating his message, his confirmation of the flight. But there was nothing. She sent a text. Hey, how's the flight booking going? Excited to see you. No response. Friday afternoon. James? Everything okay? Still nothing. The unease began to creep back in, a cold tendril of fear. She tried to rationalize it. Maybe he was busy, maybe he was on a long flight already. Friday evening. I'm starting to worry, James. Please let me know you're safe. Silence. The silence was deafening, suffocating. Her heart began to pound with a frantic rhythm. She couldn't sleep, her mind racing through every possible scenario, each one darker than the last. Saturday morning. Lisa woke with a jolt. Her first thought of James. She immediately tried to call him, straight to voicemail. Again and again. Her hands were shaking uncontrollably. She opened Tinder, her fingers fumbling. A desperate hope that he would be there, that he would have messaged her. His profile, it was gone, deleted. Her stomach sank, a sickening lurch that left her breathless. No, it couldn't be. She checked Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any platform she could think of. No James, anywhere. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Panic, cold and sharp, seized her. She remembered the warnings, the articles she had read, the reverse image search. With trembling fingers, she uploaded the photos James had sent her. The results flashed on the screen. A brutal, undeniable truth. The handsome man with the kind eyes? Stock photos. Stolen from a Swedish model's Instagram. Construction site photos. Random images from engineering websites, generic and impersonal. James wasn't a civil engineer. James wasn't in Singapore. James wasn't even Australian. James didn't exist. Her eyes widened with a dawning horror. A single tear tracing a path down her cheek. The world tilted. The air left her lungs. She sat on her couch, the vibrant colors of her living room blurring into a dull, meaningless haze. Her hands were shaking so violently she could barely hold her phone. $5,000. 3 weeks of conversation, of connection, of hope, all of it fake. A cruel, elaborate lie. She called her bank, her voice hoarse, barely recognizable. "I've been scammed. I sent money to someone on a dating app." The customer service representative's voice was calm, professional, and utterly devoid of empathy. "Did you authorize the transfer, ma'am?" "Yes, but I was tricked. If you authorized it, we can't reverse it. You'll need to file a police report." Lisa hung up, the phone feeling impossibly heavy in her hand. She stared at the screen, her mind numb. All those voice notes, still saved. A cruel reminder. She played one, the one he sent that first morning. "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have an amazing day." The voice that had made her feel special, cherished, loved. It was probably AI generated, or a recording from another victim's scam. Nothing about James was real, except the $5,000 he took. The money was gone, but the real damage, the profound, agonizing wound, was to her heart, her spirit, her very sense of self. The devastation was complete. Lisa was lucky, in a way. She only lost $5,000, but she lost something else too, something far more precious than money. She lost her trust, her hope, the ability to believe someone could genuinely care about her without an ulterior motive. The emotional destruction was immense. The shame, the embarrassment, the feeling of being utterly foolish gnawed at her. For weeks, she retreated, her vibrant classroom persona replaced by a quiet, withdrawn shadow. But slowly, painstakingly, Lisa began to heal. She realized that her story, painful as it was, could be a shield for others. Her devastation could become a warning. She understood now the cold, calculated blueprint of these romance scams. The fake profiles, the meticulous building of emotional connection over weeks or months, the learning of every vulnerability, the manufactured crisis, the urgent plea for money, and then the swift disappearance. They preyed on loneliness, on the human need for connection, turning it into a weapon. Lisa resolved to speak out, to share her experience, to ensure that no one else had to endure the same crushing betrayal. Because real love doesn't ask for bank transfers. Real love doesn't need rescue funds. Real love shows up, in person, with genuine care and respect. And James? He was never going to show up. He was just a ghost in the chat, a cruel illusion that stole not just money, but the very essence of hope.